Close your eyes, come to me, feel alright. Just dance with me all through the night, turn it out, close to you. I feel good, 'cause I just know feeling of you. Give it to me, baby. Feel alright. I feel good. Just want you step with me, dance with me, here with me, feel alright. I feel good on you, alright. To make a groove all night. Close your eyes, come to me, feel alright. Just dance with me all through the night, turn it out, close to you. I feel good, 'cause I just know feeling of you. Give it to me, baby. Feel alright. I feel good. Just walk your step with me, dance with me, here with me, feel alright. I feel good on you, alright. To make a groove all night.
All right. Welcome, nibblings. I have a short stream today because I have an art market later today. And I didn't realize until after the last stream that the load-in time is an hour earlier than I thought. It's a pretty early load-in time. So I want to respect that as much as possible. So I'm going to head out of here an hour earlier, but started a half hour earlier, so you know, it balances out a little bit. But thank you for joining your Uncle Basement in another wonderful art stream. We're just gonna get started because I don't have that much time, and honestly, I would love to finish this page, I mean. And I think it's possible. So, we got 4 panels, which means we work a little bit quickly, but we should be good. We should be good. At the bare minimum, we'll finish 3, but I think we can finish all 4 if we move quickly enough. Okay. Alrighty. So, yesterday was a pretty normal stream, nothing out of the ordinary, but I did have to end a little earlier than I wanted to, because the wife was not feeling too good and came home from work early. And I wanted to make sure that I got the stuff done that I needed to get done. So, some of that involved videos. I had a video recorded. I wanted to make some shorts for it because I believe I have a video coming out today. And then I didn't have anything else scheduled. So I needed to get those uploaded, get everything taken care of. And it is now. It's all good now. So wanted to make sure I ended stream a little early to take care of that stuff. And yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a shame because I really, really want to be streaming. I really, really want to be working on this and drawing. But things keep coming up, you know. It's the holidays, so it's kind of expected. But yeah, I just like any free time I have, I'm like, damn, I really want to be streaming. But sometimes that free time is like 30 minutes only or something, you know? So it's like, it's not even really worth starting a whole stream. And honestly, sometimes that free time gets taken up by something else. So I think it's free time for like a solid, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes maybe. And then somebody's like, hey, you want to do this? You want to do something for me? And I'm like, yep, It's okay. I'm not complaining. You know, I think I'm just sharing the sentiment that we all have, you know? Not enough time in the day. Not enough time in the day to get everything you want to get done. Well, one of the interesting things, and I hope we get to it today, because there is the One Punch panel here, the reference to the One Punch panel. A very iconic One Punch panel. So it's no secret here that this is a bit of a swipe. But I feel like when you do a little swipe or something, either you gotta like change it pretty dramatically, or you gotta make it obvious that it's like, hey, this is an ode to such and such. Because I do have one panel. Well, I have a couple panels that I've kind of swiped from One Piece here and there, but some of them are just like pose references. It's not really like a full swipe or anything. I will just kind of take a pose of a character. But there is one where I'm like, this is a pretty obvious One Piece reference. Like, I feel like if you've seen the artwork, you'd be like, oh, that's pretty One Piece right there. That doesn't seem to look like the rest of Kannibal. And that's intentional. Alright, gotta darken this up a little bit. I do feel like right now life is kind of go. Lots of stuff I have to do all the time, you know? And like, even so, I'm getting some stuff done and like planning to make sure I don't, you know, arrive late or nothing like that. I'm still like, dang, there's these like 3 other things I wish I could have done, and I didn't have time. I don't think I need this layer. I think I just keep things simple. It makes me kind of wonder. Oh, I guess I've always wondered, really, is like when I have kids one day, I'm like, how am I gonna keep up with everything, man? I feel like I can't, you know? I'm not gonna be able to. 'Cause kids are a handful for sure, but I already got so much stuff on my plate, you know? But I don't know, we'll see, you know, it's like your priorities change when you're a parent, so I'm not that worried if I have to give something up. And granted, I think like I will probably keep streaming, but not nearly as often as I do now. It'll probably be like just every once in a while when I have an idea or something, or just kind of want to check in. But I think once I'm done with this chapter, I'll have a little bit more free time, because although I'll still be working on Kannibal, I don't think it'll be taking me as long. I think it is actually taking longer for me to stream it, because I would be able to like put Kannibal down pretty easily and come back to it in like 30 minutes, and maybe that's only for like 15 more minutes before I get pulled away. But that meant that like whatever I was doing, I could be pretty efficient about it, you know, it didn't matter too much. Whereas like here, I'm like, well, I don't want to step away for like 10 minutes to like do some chores and like take out the trash or something, you know what I mean? Because that's just like horrible content. And again, I'm not like, there's not a ton of people here like going, what the heck? He just stepped away to do chores. I totally could, but it's like, I don't know. I want to make sure that whatever is put on this channel is at least like quality, you know? It's like I don't want to half-ass it. So I could just be overthinking it. All right, let's see how we can kind of like get these water patterns in here, you know? I feel like I gotta zoom out more, you know? Okay, it's looking all right. It's looking all right. Ooh, not that though. I made some videos a little bit in the style of the most popular video currently right now, which is about orange. Actually, maybe I'll check right now. I think there's a post that just went out today. Let's see here. How do I see that? I don't know. I don't know. But I guess you know, if I thought it came out already, it's probably already, it's not much of a spoiler, but the color that I chose to do next is green. It's green. Okay, I'm gonna leave this. Let's just move quickly. That's everything here. Or we can get the eye as well. It's green. That's the color I chose. And I've been excited to do green. I've been thinking about green ever since I did orange. Had some good ideas for like what the composition was gonna look like. So, I mean, that's nice when you go into it. There's a few other colors I've been thinking about ahead of time, just because of like what I think would fit better, what the composition could look like, those kinds of things. And I feel like some of those things will come to mind just because I'll work on something like what is it called? I don't know, like a different color, like orange or something, and I'll think about something and I'll be like, nah, that feels more like yellow, or that feels more green, or whatever. So some of those thoughts of like what one color feels like, oops, that's the wrong one. I'll have them already sitting in the back of my head. But also, like, I don't want them sitting there for too long because I know I will forget. Okay. Get 20 in here. The green one, I think it's a cool one actually. Like what I like is that I feel like of the ones that I've done, like pretty. Oh man. OBS disconnected? That's so rude. It's incredibly rude. Anyways, what was I saying? Yes. I think overall the videos have been going really well in terms of like how I've made them. And also, I think like the artwork itself has been going pretty well. What I'm hoping is that the engagement kind of reflects that a little bit. It doesn't necessarily have to continuously get better. I know that sometimes the algorithm just is going to work in mysterious ways. That's okay. I just hope that like it's at least on par with my other content. You know what I mean? Although it's kind of funny because nothing to get upset about or anything, but the video that did really well, that one did really well. I got to a certain amount of subscribers, and then I've put out videos since then. It's been like a week and a half at least since that has like all kind of died down, but it's been like a crawl to get any subscribers. It's kind of crazy. Normally I will get like one a day, but right now it went from like sudden jump to like 200 down to like maybe 2 every 5 days, something like that. And it honestly, like, I'm still just riding the high of like I just put out something that got a good amount of attention, so I'm not upset that like the other videos aren't doing all that well. I'm like, you know, it's fine. It's fine. I got my little boost. It wasn't crazy. It was just a little boost. But I'm happy with the way that it's going regardless. I just think it's like ironic that like that kind of stuff happens with YouTube algorithm, you know? But like I've heard some of this stuff already so many times. So in my eyes, I'm like, this is to be expected. This is not unusual. I would be surprised if it was the other way around and things kept like going at the same pace that it was. Not that I would be upset with that though. The other thing I've been doing is I've been trying to implement some small things just to like up the quality, like the production value just a little bit. Cause like here's the thing is like I can only really post some of these shorts all the time because they're not incredibly difficult for me to make. I've kind of like I've got them down to a bit of a science. But basically every single page, which might take me 1 or 2 days to make, can get me a short because I use that footage of me creating it to make a short. And that's great, except that I post a short every day, meaning that like eventually I will run out of footage. I've had a good long lead, but I'm getting up to the point where I'm like, all right, if I don't make new kinds of content, I will run out of this like easy to post content. You know what I mean? So I have to think outside of the box a little bit and be like, okay, so what can I do that isn't like the time-lapse footage? Because I've tried making the same type of video, like just kind of talking about those same kind of topics, and doing it straight to cam, thinking that not being faceless would help. And maybe like the algorithm thinks I'm ugly or something, but those straight to cam videos don't do well. Like it's pretty obvious that like they don't do well at all. And I honestly think that it's maybe my setup is like not the best lit up and like not necessarily the cleanest look. And so I think people might be just like swiping away right when they see my face because they're like, oh, I can already tell this is like low production value. And like fair enough. That's fine. I know how the game works, but I just don't have a way to fix that right now. So I'm like, I can't just do like straight to cam things unless I'm like showing something, because like the videos where I was showing off books and talking about books, those did do better. Not necessarily the comic book ones. Some of those did all right. I think the Akira one got a lot of comments. A lot of that was also based off of me calling Akira a comic once, which is kind of like a misunderstanding a little bit. It's a comic book recommendation series in which I also include some manga, but it's like I just say comic book because that's kind of the easiest way to group them both together. I could say sequential art, but I feel like less people know what that is. They'll be like, the what kind of art? What is that? What, from what era is? You know, and I don't blame people. It's like, I feel like unless you make sequential art, you probably don't even know what that means. You could probably intuit it a little bit if you're smart enough, I guess. But I don't expect people to just like know what that is right off the bat. So in lieu of being politically correct, I was like, it's easier to let people know what I mean after the fact. But in my defense, in America, Akira is actually kind of marketed as a comic book. I think it's Image Comics that has it. Maybe it's Dark Horse. I don't remember. But one of them has, you know, the rights to Akira. And when they put out the big compendiums, basically, they're like huge tankobons. They actually put them out in the comic book style of reading left to right. So it's kind of a unique situation where it's like, I'm technically not wrong, but the original is a manga. It's just very odd. It's very odd. And I don't agree with like releasing it that way. I think it just makes more sense to read it the right way. And I think people who don't make comics might think like, oh, well, it wouldn't be that big a deal to like flip things, right? But I remember at certain points, I was like, man, should I make mine manga style instead of comic book style? I've already done a decent amount of work, so it'd take a lot of work to like flip everything. But I feel like I could just flip the artwork, right? And it wouldn't be a big deal. But it is a big deal. It kind of confuses the way that things are read a little bit. And if characters aren't like symmetrical, if you just flip things however you want, things are gonna feel really awkward. Because it's possible to do that. Or is it like this? No, how do I make it white? I don't remember. I might just need to make a new layer. And just draw with white, right? Oh my goodness, you know why? I'm not even using the brush. I totally forgot. I have brushes for this. I'm not even using them. Did I do that up here? I think I didn't. I think I forgot that I have new brushes to use. Gonna make life a little easier. I totally forgot about that, man. Anyways, the guess I was on autopilot there. But the artwork sometimes, like, you might say something like left or right, and then like character goes left, but if you flip it, they're gonna go right. You know what I mean? The simple things like that, and that seems uncommon, but there are moments where like some little trivial thing like that will come up, and you could just move this panel over here, not flip it, and move this panel over, right? You could do that. But then you have like a little bit of confusion with like the bubbles and where they're placed and how it feels like it should read. There's some like small things like that that you should think about if you're making this kind of stuff. Okay. Is it possible to do maybe Comico? Kind of like how... No, I don't like how that looks. You just go back. Alright. Just make a couple of these. Kind of what I picture a cough sounds like. You know what I mean? Let's go back to 16. Is that what he said? I already forgot. Okay. It's good enough. It's good enough. All right. Let's put this here. Put that there. Just trying to give each one of their space a little bit. Yeah, it needs to be rounded a little bit more, huh? I think so. That looks terrible, huh? Oh, that's a weird angle that it created there. There we go. Just don't like the tip of this. That's a little better. We move it down a little. Too much. There we go. Cool. All right, that's one panel done. Let's move down here. What are we doing? It's fist. It's 2 layers, easy peasy. Let's not forget our tones this time. God, I feel dumb. I feel dumb for forgetting that. Oh well. It feels kind of weird. right. Sorry, I'm a little bit focused right now, but we'll get this done. We will get this done if I stay a little bit focused. But I gotta not shut up. Don't shut up, dude. Do you know what you're doing? You're also streaming. Hello. Crazy guy talks to himself for an hour. Well, 2 hours. At least. 1 sec. Could you hear me like hit that can on my tooth? Because that felt like awesome. That felt really good. I'm glad I did that. I'm pretty excited about this art market because, so I've mentioned before, I did an art walk, and this next one that I'm doing is kind of part of an art walk. It's going on during the art walk. People walk by and see art and buy art and stuff, but it is not really like, there's no like featured artist for this little area that I'm in. It's just like a market that's going on at the same time during the art walk. Okay. And this other place that I did the art walk for recently, pretty close by to where I live, I don't think that they found somebody for like the month of November, because I did it back in October, like the very beginning of October. And I messaged them to like pick up my stuff, and they're so nice. They're so wonderful. I liked working with them a lot. Not necessarily like the best marketing and like the best turnout or whatever, but like for what it was, for how much I really needed to do, I was okay with like how it all went. But what's cool is that I messaged them because I was like, oh, I need to pick up my stuff. Is that okay? And they're like, yeah, of course, come pick it up or whatever. And yeah, it's cool because like all of my cheap pieces, which is to say I don't really actually make much money off of them at all. It's like dollars, a couple dollars or something. I sold them. I sold all of those small ones. There's like one kind of medium-sized one that is still sticking around, and then I still have all my big ones. And obviously it'd be nice to sell the big ones too or whatever, but like I'm just glad that I don't have those little pieces around anymore. I just like, honestly, I had no idea how I was gonna get rid of them. I had no idea. Because I feel like the big ones, it's kind of this thing where it's like, oh, you have them around, and then like people might be inclined to buy some of the cheaper stuff. And maybe that is what worked there, is that those big expensive ones, maybe people are like, oh, I like that one, but it is like a few $100s. Maybe I'll go for the cheap $40 one. And I'm hoping that I can bring this big, expensive, cool looking piece. It'll kind of bring people in a little bit. And then people will kind of be like, oh, it's pretty expensive even though I like it. But he has other cool stuff and I'll buy that cool stuff. So that's my plan. That's my plan. I think it'll work. I think it'll work. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I do need one more layer here. see if we can increase it just a little bit. There we go. Get rid of this, put in the tone really fast. And I guess it's 60 plus 20, maybe that's 80? Makes sense to me. Nah, it's gotta be 60. And let's just take this really quick. No, we can leave it white. We can leave it white, actually, I think. I think it's okay. We'll still turn that off, though. Use our proper halftone brushes. What was I saying? Yeah, but I'm glad that those little pieces did sell, because like I knew even if I sold them at like myself and not through somebody else, because like they'll always take a little bit of a cut, and that cut honestly is like enough for me to like basically not make any money. I'm okay with that, because like the truth is that like it was poorly invested money when I didn't really know what I was doing. And so I'm basically I'm making my money back on me spending on printing and then like holding it for so long, and then eventually, or like getting a frame as well. I forgot about that. Getting the frame, and bringing it to other places where I'm like, this is not gonna sell at all, huh? And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with just making my money back on that thing, because I was like, man, these are not great to have. And now I have stuff that I'm like, oh, this is sick. This is cool to have. And maybe it doesn't sell because it's expensive, but it is cool, at least. And I feel like you know, that works a little better. That feels a little nicer. I don't like if I bring a cheap frame piece and it doesn't sell, I kind of go like, oh dang, dude, like come on. But if I bring an expensive frame piece and it doesn't sell, I'm like, well, it's gonna take time. It's all good. Maybe I'm just crazy and I'm saying all this stuff and there's no real like, that doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm not the biggest capitalist, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know any of this crap. Capitalism. That stuff that ruined our society? You like that stuff? Anyways. I don't know. I guess I'm just excited for this market. I do say that like every time and then like proceed to not do very well. I'd say most markets I have lost money on so far, which is to say not a lot. Still fairly new to this. I feel okay with like, you know, putting some skin in the game, and like you get burned sometimes and sometimes you don't. Like I said, the art walk I was a little skeptical about it at first, but like honestly it was my best event. And then the other one I was most skeptical about was this like really weird, I wouldn't do it again, but it was like a weird like speakeasy where they were like having an art event. And it was pretty clear that like the manager just like invited a bunch of their friends and that was the crowd that they could pull. I get it, it's hard to bring people in and stuff, but it was not a like super profitable event. But as small as it was, I think I did the best out of everybody there. So I was like, okay, well, you know, this sucks, but not entirely for me. I don't know that I could replicate that again. But we take our wins and we cash out, you know. I'm okay with that. I don't gotta play for that long. But yeah, this other art market I think will be a lot better. Okay, we're pretty much... There's no text here, right? There is text here. Crap. Okay. Sorry, I didn't even read what it said. Alright, he's swearing a lot. He's swearing a lot. Okay. Is that what it said? Because I just kind of... Hold on, I can't even read that, honestly. It's it. That's enough. That's good enough. It's alright. I'll work with that. I'll work with that. We just got to maybe do this a little bit. No. We do that. And do one of these. Okay. And then add some bold in there. Nope. Nope. There we go. Cool. Is it possible to, like... I wish you could, like, delete. You know what I mean? Like, inverse. So I could do something like this. But it's like a... It's the opposite, you know? Like, it cuts in. Anybody know how to do that? Trying some, I'm pushing random buttons. I'm pushing random buttons until it works. Until it does what I ask it to. Oh wait, can I do this? No, it says add new layer. There's gotta be a setting in here somewhere. Maybe not though. Starting and ending. Oh, no. Correction? Nah, it's okay. It's okay. We can do a little tail. It's gotta be a little bit. Yeah, there we go. I can work with that. There will be another piece of text. I need to go up here. That just says no. And we bring it up here. Get rid of this layer. Select that. There we go. We're gonna leave that off for now as we work on the next panel, which we kind of need to adjust a little bit in the storyboard because it's a bit high up. We can move it down. It's a little bit more centered. Okay. We need 2 layers. Details and the line art. All right. Back to our classic brush and we get going. And we use black instead of white. That's also a good idea. Okay, all right, sorry, focused. I'm focused. A pretty similar thing is probably going to happen tomorrow because I have back-to-back markets, which means I'll have a pretty similar day. Although I think the load-in time for that one is later than this one, even though it starts at the same time. I think the loading time for this one is... I don't like that circle. Is pretty early, but it's also like a first come first serve, so I'm kind of like, don't ignore that pretty early load-in time, even though I think I only need like somewhere between like 30 minutes and 45 minutes. I'm like, don't show up late, man. Show up as early as you can. I don't know that I would lose a good spot or anything, but like, it seems like a pretty small space. But I'm gonna get there early regardless. I've learned my lesson before. You know, it's just like, just show up early. Just do it. How do we want to do this? Yeah. The thing about tomorrow will probably be that I'll probably start streaming around the same time. I might be able to do a little earlier tomorrow. Maybe. I'm not guaranteeing that though. But I will also probably have to end stream early. Maybe on time. But it'll really depend on the loading time. Of which I think it is late enough that I can end up at the same time. But I forget all the time. I constantly have to check it. Because I'm like, what time is that supposed to be at? Oh. No, that's totally not what I thought. Okay. Let's get the details in now. Should be fairly easy to work with. Oh, I'm sad. I'm not gonna be able to draw this guy very much moving forward. I'm nearing his like last panel. I didn't feel this way much the first time around because I struggled with drawing him. Actually, this should be like barely see his eye here. We want to show that a little bit. But yeah, I think now that I like actually like drawing him, I'm like, oh, I'm kind of sad that I won't be able to draw him very much moving forward. That's kind of the end of the line for him. Sad day when the character dies. Because yeah, he's pretty much only going to show up in like flashbacks and lore dumps, you know? Of which, he's a cool guy, man. He's a cool guy. I like the character in general. But of course I like him. I made him, right? Surprise, guy likes his own OC. The fuck? You're not convincing anybody. You're not convincing anyone that he's cool. Alright. Alright, let's also get some of these going here. Okay, alright, alright. This album flows so well into itself. Let's give him just like small amounts of eyelashes just to kind of show that they exist, they're there, that's what this is. But not enough that like it I don't know. I don't want to draw attention to him, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Alright. We're getting there, we're getting there. Just gotta do some details on the hair as well. And only a little bit shows up here. Dang. I kind of get it now. I kind of get the whole, like, writing character death sucks. I'm like, no, I don't get to draw this guy anymore. What do you mean? What do you mean I did this to myself? What the heck are you talking about? Okay. Surely there must be a mistake. I didn't do this. I wrote this. I said this was gonna happen. No way. Okay, he's kind of got some scratches on this cheek as well. Kind of doesn't make sense. What are you doing? And there's some classical style cross shading there. What does it look like without the story? The storyboard's kind of in my way now. I think you kind of want some of this too here. I think the halftone will be very nice on here. Kind of make it feel a little bit more real, maybe. I hope. That's what it's supposed to do, right? Let's get rid of the details for 1 second while we get the tone in here. It's a fairly easy one. Not a whole lot I gotta throw in. Just 2 pieces of tone. We're getting there. We're getting there. Okay. I think that's everything. And 40. Okay. Come on. You can do it. Alrighty. Put that back in there. We need 1 more layer. Nope, not 2, just 1. Okay. And then halftone time. Halftone time. All right. Nice and easy here. All right. Damn, I freaking love this brush. I don't know how much I can say it. It's getting old now. It's getting old. But I love this brush. It works so well. Just does everything I want it to, man. It's just got the right feel. I had to switch to the light for a brief second here. Just kind of add some little levels of it over here. Back to the medium. Too much, too much. Okay. All right. Nearly done with this one. Feels nice. I think there's like a little tiny bit of this that we'll add around there. Maybe a tiny bit here too. And then we need the lasso. Throw this down here. Actually, the halftone needs to be on top of this. Yep. Okay. Oh, I'm using the halftone brush. Don't want to be doing that. There we go. Okay, so we will have time for the one punch panel. That's good news. That's good news. I do this a little messy, clean it up after. So we can get an idea of what it is I'm trying to do here. Okay, cool. I keep thinking I'm about to say I'm done, and then I'm like, nope, nope, hold on, one more thing. Okay, let's just add this here, and I think I actually am done. Famous last words or something? I don't know. Okay, all right. close this, close that, put this back on. And then we can kind of... Cool. That is done. Now we work on our reference piece, our little tribute. I don't really know exactly how many layers I'm gonna need. I think about 3 makes sense. But I will also have to look at the reference. The Saitama reference, just so I can kind of refresh my memory on what it looks like. Let's see. That's the first one that comes up. Oh, you know what? I didn't really... Oh, no, this is a remade version. Okay, because I was like, damn, this person actually used a black page to do this. But no, that wasn't the original panel. If I click this, maybe I can find the... Yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. Okay. So, maybe I can bring it in. Because I don't really mind... Can I, like, copy here? Maybe. Quick share. Yes. Okay. Just give me 1 second and I'll bring it in here. And then we can look at the reference together. If it will find it. Cool. Open this. Well, that's not what I wanted. But it'll work. It'll work. Also, why did it open like this? I feel like my Google Chrome has been like terrible recently. I've used it for a long time, but it's like extremely sucking right now. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. Where did it save? Where did it save? This saves my desktop or something. Downloads. Documents. This is the worst. This is the worst. Why is it so difficult to find? Everything I download just goes to my downloads, but it's not in here. Okay. Show in folder. Okay, there we go. Bring you in here. There it is. Yep. Okay, we're good now. So this is the panel I'm actually referencing here. And there seems to be, at least for the fist, maybe we do 2 lines here, right? Fist line. Because the fist is kind of being concentrated onto the first knuckle. Which to me says that I need like a radial line. Centered about there. Because what we want to do is something like this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Just gotta make sure we close it off. So I think it's okay for us to take our time with it a little bit. Can we appreciate this beautiful music? It's a shame that it like is not that long. Cause it should be. I don't know. I got nothing. I thought I had something. I got nothing. What's that David Firth line? Sorry, my cat was being a little weirdo. It's like a David Firth line in what is it? Not Stanley. I don't got no shits or something. I don't know. I got nothing. Honestly, man, that Not Stanley is so underrated, and it's so quotable, man. It's so quotable, and like I don't know anybody that fucks with Not Stanley, dude. But Not Stanley, like Salad Fingers is great, man. But like I personally think that Not Stanley is his like good shit. And maybe this is like my Gen Z showing. Which, fair enough if it is, because like, dude, that absurdist humor is good. It's good. I don't care what you say. It's good stuff. The, the part where he goes to like the corporation. That's so good, man. I feel like I have such a serious problem. Like I mentioned this before, where I was like, oh, I would love to like get a job sooner rather than later, so I can like splurge a little bit on like the that retention bonus I got to keep for my last job. And I need a better computer, because like sometimes just opening up Chrome is so slow. And this thing is built like a beast, man. I just think that there's something wrong with it, man. And I've replaced just about every part in it, and at this point I'm like, I don't know. I think maybe I've just kept it on so long, it's run its course, man. I don't know. But anyways, I'd love to just like pull up some Not Stanley really quick, because it's just that good, man. It's just that good. There's one part, I'm really trying to remember this quote because I loved it so much. I thought it was so funny. I don't know, man. But I mean, like, the opening is just good enough. It's like, everybody calls me Stanley. But that's not my name. I'm not Stanley. You know, it's like, dang. That goes hard. But it's his voice, too. It's that, like, really weird, like... It's like a faux New Yorker. And he's, like, talking to his or not his grandma. It's his mom. It's his mom. And he's like... It's like he's not really yelling at her, but just the way he talks, he's constantly yelling. So it's like he's yelling at his mom. Oh man, I ain't got no abilities. That's what it is, man. That's what he's like always saying. Cause his mom is like in a wheelchair and stuff, and so he's like asking why she's not doing stuff, or like why she hasn't like taken out the trash or something. And cause she's in a wheelchair, she's like, I ain't got no abilities. Oh, you ain't got no abilities, huh? Real convenient. Yeah, Not Stanley is so underrated, man. People just love the salad fingers. They ignore the Not Stanleys of the world, you know? You get me a Not Stanley plush, man. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Okay, so we kind of gotta like give it a little bit more distance. I'm trying to like really actually study this a little bit. Because I don't want to just... Man, he doesn't even do that many lines. That's what's crazy. I'm doing way more lines than he is. Regardless, though, I'm gonna kind of keep at it a little bit. I'll try to do less lines. See if I can mimic it a little bit better. But I feel like if you're gonna do a little homage, you know, it's like you gotta make sure you study it a little bit at least. Really try to do it some justice. And really, like, the fist is the main part aside from the eye, because like this dude has not even the same body shape at all. Can't really follow the rest of it too much. But the fist, I'm like, I gotta get the fist right. It's kind of got like this thing going. It's so like expertly toned as well. It's insane. But it's these moments too where like you kind of learn a little bit. You're like, oh, like I said, like I was doing way more lines than he was. If I turn off my fist here, I mean, it still looks okay, but like clearly this is a lot stronger. Oops, that's the wrong layer. And he's got a lot of details like here, which I wouldn't have thought to do on my own. But this kind of stuff, man, this is why you study. This is why you study. And obviously, like, a mangaka is actually kind of easy to study a little bit because there's no color. But you should study the masters too, man. You should study the masters. I say this knowing I don't study the masters enough. Alright. And there's like another line here that he's emphasizing. Yeah. I think, yeah, I'm still doing way too many lines compared to what he's doing. Because like here, I want to restart this part here. This part doesn't feel right. I can do less without having any impact on my actual tone layer. So I gotta keep that in mind for some of these interior lines. And then he has more lines kind of coming down this way. Such a cool panel, man. Such a cool panel. And like when you really start breaking it down, it just like, I think it's a cool panel even if you're not an artist. I think most people actually really like it. And it's iconic. Like that's why I chose this one as the homage, because I'm like, yeah, this is iconic. Everybody who's read the manga knows this panel. And I think even people who haven't read it know this panel a little bit, right? But yeah, when you break it down and you actually try to like study it a little bit, you realize like it's so much cooler than you actually thought it was. It's a really cool panel. A lot of like little interesting ideas that he is playing with here. And he's kind of got like this speckle over the top of all of his line work. I don't actually know if One Punch is digital or if it's traditional. I think it's digital, but I could be wrong. I mean, the guy is incredibly talented, but I'm just trying to think like if it was traditional, how did he do this speckle? Might have just been like white ink that he splattered over the top. That's what I'm thinking. I try to think about those things all the time because, like, I think in an ideal world, I would actually ink this traditionally. I don't have the time to, like, do everything I'm already doing and that on top of it all. But the entire time that I make something, I'm like, I don't want to do anything that's like, I wouldn't be able to do it traditionally, or I wouldn't know how to do it traditionally. You know what I mean? I think it's important to stay a little bit grounded. And then the speed lines, I'm actually gonna duplicate that there. Let's work on Orb himself. And honestly, I might like do a different framework here. Oh, the fist looks pretty good. Fist looks pretty good. Oh, wrong layer there. Let's get the sketch brush real quick. Cause he's kind of got this. I just feel like I could do it better than what I've already done. You know what I mean? Maybe this has got to go kind of like here instead or something. If we move this like here a little bit, I think you'll have a little bit more room. Whoops, wrong layer. This layer. You won't really see all that. Just kind of want him to lean forward at least a little bit, you know? That's kind of the main thing. Did I do the same thing here? Or no? Sorry, let me turn this off. It's confusing. No, I didn't. Yeah, I just feel like the storyboard I could do a lot better. Storyboard's kind of weak. I wonder if I did that because the first time that I drew it, I did alright, and maybe I thought I would just use that reference instead. But I think I can do even better than that, you know? Do that. Do this. Gotta keep that, like, fat roll there. And I think it makes him look a little scarier if his smile's included. Was it included in the other one? It's kind of like a frown. I think the smile is actually scarier. Let's erase the fin, because the fin's not looking right. Fin does not look right. Something more like that, I think. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm gonna take a quick break.
Open your eyes, open up the clear blue sky. I'll be there to hold you close in my mind. Can you see the snow